We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas show. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital, and the South Point Studio Streaming Network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show, and of course, all of you listening to our radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. Do want to apologize. We had a somehow the connection between our studio and the studio at the radio station that rebroadcast the show, simulcasting, was interrupted yesterday. I don't know if somebody cut the line or whatever, but we didn't get on the air on the radio station yesterday. They assure us that everything is fine today. So we do apologize if you happen to try to listen to us at our anchor radio station, KSHP. We're operating, hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed today. But we are here on YouTube, and of course you can see us here on YouTube, and of course our other platforms too, our RaceDayLasVegas.com websites, and our of course the apps that you can get at your app store for your devices, your Google phone, iPhone, and Android. We also have that there, and of course anywhere you get your podcasting as well. So simply put, however, wherever, whenever, welcome to the Race Day Show for this Sunday. As we speak, in the Olympics that they'll wind up with the closing ceremonies later on today. We, the United States, and our male hockey team is going against Canada for the gold medal. It's happening now. The last score I saw was they were evened up at 1 apiece. And so we'll keep an eye on that, trying to get the gold for the good old USA. In the men's hockey, the women have already secured the gold medal in the women's hockey. So we're paying attention to that as we move through our show as well. And, of course, half a world away at Sha Tin Racecourse in Hong Kong over the evening. Kaying Rising, a horse that had 17 straight wins, was going for the record of 18 straight wins, and did it easily in the Queen Jubilee Cup earlier, way earlier, almost around midnight here in Las Vegas at Sha Tin Racecourse. So the new record now held by Kaying Rising, getting her 18th straight win in the Queen Jubilee at Sha Tin earlier today. Okay? They drew the entries for both the Fountain of Youth that will be held on Saturday at Gulfstream Park on a day where they're going to have like 9-10 stakes races, a big racing day coming up on Saturday at Gulfstream. The Fountain of Youth, of course, part of the Florida Derby series on the prep for the Kentucky Derby. And as you know, the Florida Fountain of Youth will hold Kentucky Derby points. And the Rebel Stakes, another one of those $1 million Kentucky Derby prep races at Oaklawn Park, part of the Arkansas Derby series, will happen next Sunday, 1 week from today. But they did draw the fields for that. Now, we're not going to do anything like handicapping or anything else, but I'll get you the fields in just a moment of how they drew in those two races. A big weekend coming up next weekend for Kentucky Derby leaderboard points. As far as the Kentucky Derby leaderboard right now, the way it looks after last night's John Battaglia, and by the way, in the John Battaglia last night that held 20 Kentucky Derby points, the winner there was Great White. Alex Achard, the rider there for John Enos, who was also the owner of that horse. Great White went wire to wire, and the wire came up just in time because Full Effort, a horse that was mentioned to us by Jonathan Hardoon, Full Effort was closing fast. This horse came from like 20 lengths out of it and almost got the money, but Great White held on in the John Battaglia, paying $32.32. Finishing third in the race was Maximus Prime. That was the Kentucky Derby leaderboard points getter yesterday around the country. Now, as far as the leaderboard is concerned, as we speak right now, before the weekend comes up, you have Paladin in first place with 60 points. Paladin has 60. Then you got Chip Honcho at 39, Golden Tempo at 35, Silent Tactic at 25, as well as Renegade. Those two have 25 points. Intrepido, Universe, and Poltark all have 23 points. Pavlovian, Express Kid, Nearly, now Great White is among the horses with 20, and Take to Jimmy. All of those horses have 20 now in the leaderboard points for the Kentucky Derby. Now, as far as the leaders, potential leaders in the 3-year-old division right now, you get Paladin on top. He's, of course, trained by Chad Brown. Renegade is Todd Pletcher's top horse there. Reagan's Honor, the horse that I mentioned that had a fantastic maiden breaker last week at the fairgrounds. Reagan's Honor is a new one on the sheet. I'm telling you, he is a horse that has to be reckoned with. He's out of the Sherry DeVoe barn. Further Ado for Brad Cox, Nearly for Todd Pletcher, Class President for Todd Pletcher, Napoleon Solo for Chad Summers, Canaletto for Chad Brown, Poltark, Bob Baffert trainee there, Intrepido with trained by Jeff Mullins. You got Silent Tactic from Mark Cassie's barn, Blackout Time that is entered this weekend in one of the Derby prep races. That's a Kenny McPeak's horse. You have Brant, Commandment, Chip Honcho, Golden Tempo, Litmus Test, Cannoneer, Six Speed, and Jackson Hole, all top contenders on the leaderboard for the Kentucky Derby. Not so much the leaderboard points, but potential for the Kentucky Derby. Those are the top 20 right now. And as I say, we have the entries for both of those races that were drawn this weekend. And let me see if I can get one of the two. Here we go. The Fountain of Youth that will be run on Saturday at the Gulfstream amongst a multitude of stakes races, big stakes racing weekend next weekend at Saturday at Gulfstream. The Fountain of Youth has Jackson Hole, Rockies Balboa, Talkin', Commandment, Bravaro, Chief Wallaby, Napoleon Solo, Bull by the Horns, Global Aviator, Solitude Dude, and Lost Money. Those are the horses that have been entered for the Fountain of Youth. Now we're getting to the Rebel Stakes on Sunday. In the Rebel Stakes, entered for the Rebel Stakes on Sunday at Oaklawn Park. Bravaro is also entered there, so he's cross-entered in both of those races. They'll make a decision sometime this week of where he's going. Litmus Test out of the Bob Baffert Barn. Class president for Todd Pletcher, part of the on the top leaderboard for potential winners. You got Blackout Time is going in the Rebel Stakes. He'll probably be the morning line favorite there. Honey's to Blame, Strategic Risk, one of the Mark Casse trainees. Silent Tactic, the other Mark Casse trainee. Remember, these two Mark Casse trainees have won the two other preps so far at Oaklawn Park on the way to the Arkansas Derby. So they will be entered in the Rebel, both of them. And then you have Rancho Santa Fe, Time for Music, and Soldier and Diplomat. Those are the entries for the Rebel Stakes. Now we also have the races for the Kentucky Oaks. You got the Devonna Dale out there at Gulfstream, and you have the Honeybee Stakes out at Oaklawn Park as well. I believe the Honeybee Stakes got a field of 10 going in that for the Kentucky Oaks leaderboard. And the big favorite in that race is the Bob Baffert trainee Explora for Bob Baffert, which will be ridden by Flavian Pratt. So that's the way those races look. And, of course, more to come on all of that as we move through next week on the Race Day Las Vegas show. But I just want to get you a head up on the horses that have been entered for those races, the leaderboard as we move into next week, and, of course, some of the top contenders that we believe will be making their way, if all the parts stay in the right place, to the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Derby starting gate on the first Saturday in May. Okay? Now, big blizzard going on, as you know. They're expecting a huge blizzard in the East Coast. And as far as the East Coast is concerned, now, so far, it's snowing, but it's not real bad yet on the East Coast. But it is coming, believe me, folks. Taking a look at this map, the weather map right now, it is coming. It's making its way through the Mideast coastal line, and it's moving up through. You got Maryland. It's going through Jersey. It's going through parts of Pennsylvania. And, of course, New York on its way up to Boston. They say at Boston they might have as much as 3 feet of snow by the time this thing is done. But it is moving quickly through there. And the temperatures are cold, and it's going to be, they said it is termed a blizzard, which means that along with the snow coming down, there's going to be heavy wind, and the visibility will be almost at zero at times. Now, we're talking about big populated places on the East Coast, like maybe Philadelphia, certainly New York City, Boston, etc. So they're waiting for that. The center of this whole thing should be rolling in later on tonight and tomorrow, Monday. But because it's starting already, and because it's getting dangerous out there, they have canceled the races today at Aqueduct. Officially, they have canceled the races at Aqueduct today. This is the official cancellation. Now, you know there's other racetracks in that track that we were just talking about, like Laurel Park, etc., and some of the nighttime tracks, like maybe Charleston, etc. They have not officially canceled yet, but trust me, along the way throughout today, there may be more cancellations. But right now, as of this morning on our show, as we're doing this live, the only cancellation officially has been Aqueduct Racetrack on the menu of racetracks for today. So we'll just keep you as posted as we can on that. All right. Taking a look at some of the other results from yesterday outside of the John Battaglia. You go to Gulfstream Park yesterday. Ired Ortiz Jr. won his first race of the day for Danny Gargan in the opener at Gulfstream, paying $6 even. He came back in the third race for his second win for Rohan Crichton, paying $5.40. And then the winner of the sixth race went wire to wire. This was a 1.16 race on the turf. An optional claiming race for fillies and mares 4 years old and up. But I could tell you, this horse ran some suicidal type fractions early and kept on going. The horse was Windflower, going wire to wire, fast fractions for Junior Alvarado and Belmont, paying $17.20. You might want to take a look at this horse in her next start. Ired got his third win of the day for Brad Cox in the eighth race, paying $6.40. He came back for his fourth win on the day in the ninth race for Chad Brown, paying $8 even. So, in the first 9 races, Ired Ortiz Jr. had 7 mounts. He won 4 of them. The 10th race was the featured Gulfstream Park Sprint there. The winner was Jack's Promise with Rajiv Murrah aboard. The upsetter for Dale Romans paid $24.80, outrunning Damon's Mound and Rolando, who finished third. And then our man, Jonathan Ardoon, his horse couldn't get up in time. Compass Rises, who finished second at a nice price in the 11th race to Lois Len, paying $8.60. Jonathan's horse, alive, good-priced horse that finished second in the 11th race there at Gulfstream. Early pick 5 at Gulfstream paid almost $8,000. It paid $7,900 and change. Pick 6 paid $3,941.86 at Gulfstream. Oaklawn Park yesterday. Ramon Vasquez got his first win of the day for Rob Atras, paying $10.40. And then Eric Asmussen and his father, Steve Asmussen, got together to team up to win the second race, paying $8.60. And then they came back in the 9th race together and paid $8.60 again for their second race win together. But Steve Asmussen also owned the winner of the 9th race, along with being the trainer. So Eric did a good job for the family there yesterday in the 9th race. And Ramon Vasquez's second win of the day came in the 5th race for Rudolph Brissett, paying $8.80. And then you had Joe Belmire. Joe Belmire, the rider, won 2 races yesterday at Oaklawn. First race he won in the 3rd race for Jamie Gonzalez, paying $25.80. And then he came back in the 7th race for Lonnie Braley, paying $47.60. So 2 big prices by Belmire yesterday at Oaklawn. And so big prices there yesterday at Oaklawn. Nobody had the pick 6. 5 out of 6 paid $286. They got a carryover in the Class 6 today at Oaklawn. It was a muddy day yesterday at Aqueduct, but that didn't stop Linda Rice from winning multiple races. First race, Linda Rice, right off the bat with Flavian Pratt, wins the opener at $2.94 as the big, huge, prohibitive odds-on favorite. Linda came back in the second race, this with Sahan Savici, paying $4.92. Ricardo Santana had a couple of wins. He won his first win in the 3rd race for Robert Falcone Jr., paying $6.22. Flavian Pratt came back in the 4th race for his second win for Michelle Nevin, paying $4.68. Pratt came back in the 5th race for his 3rd win of the day, paying $5.56 for Chad Brown. You can tell a lot of favorites winning the first races there at Aqueduct in the mud yesterday. The pick 5 paid $71 and a nickel. So there. Favorites kept on winning in the 6th race. Linda Rice's 3rd win of the day, this with Manny Franco, paying $5.22. And then finally, Ricardo Santana's 2nd win of the day was a horse that had a little price to it, paid $26.56 for David Duggan's first win. He went wire to wire as the longest price in the field in the 7th. And then in the 8th race, David Duggan, trainer, came right back, getting 2 in a row, winning back-to-back. Jamie Rodriguez aboard the 8th race winner for him, paying $13.92. And then finally in the last race, the winner there paid $42.38. The pick six paid $31,926.19 yesterday at Aqueduct, but it took a long time to get price horses in there yesterday at the Big A. Finally, at Santa Anita, Tim Yakteen had a big day of racing yesterday. This trainer won 3 races. He won his first race of the day with Antonio Fresu at 5:20, and then came back in the 6th race to give Kazuchi Kimura his first win of the day with a wire-to-wire winner at Bowdy Boy, paying $360. And then Tim Yakteen got his 3rd race of win of the day in the last race with a huge long shot, Essential Lady with Mirko Demura aboard, Mirko Demura, paying $65.80. This horse went wire to wire, but the wire just came up in time because they were closing in on him. And by the way, this horse was a star horse on Jerry J's Power Page, $65.80, winner of the last race. Other multiple winners yesterday. Tiago Piera won his first race of the day in the 2nd for Jose Hernandez Jr., paying $960. Came back right back in the 3rd race for Richard Baltas, paying $12.80. And then Jonathan Hardoon gave us a winner in the 5th race. Doncic reported home with a flurry through the stretch to get up and win for Juan Hernandez and Vladimir Serin, paying $720. So congratulations to Jonathan there after falling short, but closing in the other race. He got the win there. And, of course, Kazuchi Kimura, as I said, got his first win of the day in the 6th at $360. And then in the Wishing Well Stakes yesterday at 6 furlongs on the turf, gratefully, what a great filly this great filly is. Gratefully was on the pace and got the job done under Florent Garreau for Robert Falcone Jr., who won a race on the East Coast yesterday and won the Wishing Well at Santa Anita yesterday. She is now undefeated in 5 starts with 5 wins, and she covered the 6 furlongs on the turf in 1 minute 7 and 83 seconds. And she had a fight-off Saratoga special in the race throughout the stretch to get the job done, but she refused to lose. Great filly, gratefully. $4 even as the favorite. Finishing 3rd there was Antifona, who finished 3rd in that 7th. And Hector Barrios had a win in the 9th race for Jerry Jackowitz pick on the show. He had Yakowolf. Yakowolf won, paid $9.60 for Jeff Mullins, and Jerry also hooked up the Exacta with the link-ups. That paid $18.20 for $1. So Jonathan Hardoon and both Jerry Jackowitz gave us winners yesterday at Santa Anita. That winner, again, $960 there. And we have a pick 6 carryover at Santa Anita. The 5s paid $183.20. So you got a pick 6 carryover today at Santa Anita. All right, enough said for that yesterday and around the world. And we'll keep an eye on what's going on as far as the gold medal in the Olympics while we continue on our show. In the meantime, we have our handicappers back with us, Jonathan Hardoon, John Lindo, Jerry Jackowitz, Rich Eng, and, of course, your racing menu comes up next right after this break. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. And now giving you an update on the gold medal run in the Olympics for the men's hockey team. We're in the third period. We're rolling through the third period. They have had 40 shots on goal on us. We've had 26 shots on goal on them, and it's still tied at 1-1 in the gold medal hockey game in the Olympics, Canada against the good old US of A. All right, taking a look at the temperatures around the country. Miami's 87 degrees with a chance of some rain there. Of course, New York 38 with that snow, and it's been canceled anyhow. Los Angeles is going to be a nice day out there at Santa Anita with the carryover in the pick six. 77 degrees at Santa Anita. Should be at Santa Anita today. And, of course, Phoenix, Arizona, 83 for Turf Paradise. And Brownsville, Texas is not the hottest spot in the country. So there. Hottest spot in the country right now is Miami at 87 degrees. Okay, here we go. Here's the racing menu available today in the racebook, simulcast centers, and racetracks around the country. These are the tracks available today. This racing menu, of course, each and every day reflects the start times in the Pacific time zone. So if you're in the Pacific time zone, these will be your first post times. If not, adjust to it. Wherever you're at, tweak it out so you don't miss anything like I miss mom and dad, okay? Here we go. We begin with Laurel Park. Now, Laurel Park has a small pick six jackpot carryovers, $5,796, $5,796 at Laurel Park in their pick six jackpot carryover. 9 races, first post time 9 a.m. Again, if they go, they're in the track of that blizzard, but they're still on right now as we speak. All right, Gulfstream Park has 10 races today. Gulfstream Park's pick six rainbow jackpot carryover, $39,177. They've got 10 races at Gulfstream. First post time at 9:20. We'll keep a check on whether they stay on the turf or not today at Gulfstream as well. All right, Tampa Bay Downs is next. Tampa Bay Downs has a pick six jackpot carryover of $62,659. They have 9 races today at Tampa Bay and a first post time of 9:30. Aqueduct would have been next, but it has been canceled today, so we move on from Aqueduct. Oaklawn Park has 9 races today. Their first post time is at 10:30. Now, Oaklawn Park's Class 6, their pick 6 carryover, $6,865. First post time at Oaklawn Park today for 9 races, 10:30. Then we go to the Fairgrounds, Nolans. 8 races today at the Fairgrounds. Their first post time is 10:45. They got a nice pick 6 jackpot carryover going on at the Fairgrounds. $82,328 in their pick 6 jackpot carryover at the Fairgrounds. First post time is at 10:45. Then we go to Santa Anita in Southern California. It's going to be another beautiful day there. 10 races at Santa Anita. Most of them are good competitive races, as they were yesterday. We got 2 nice programs back-to-back going on at Santa Anita for this weekend. 10 races. The feature race today is the Pasadena Stakes at a mile on the turf for 3-year-olds, a field of 11 to be 4 scratches. And the favorite there, lukewarm at 3-1, is Greenwich Village with Juan Hernandez aboard. That's the 7th. 10 overall today at Santa Anita. Their pick 6 carryover, $40,088. Regular pick 6, $40,088 in the carryover at Santa Anita. They also have a super high 5 carryover left over from last night's last race, long shot. The super high 5 carryover is $16,855. First post time Santa Anita today is at 12:30 for their 10 race card. And then we wrap it up in Southern California at Los Alamitos. Los Al has a pick 6 carryover tonight, regular pick 6 carryover. That is $9,998, just $2 short of 10 grand. 5 p.m. first post time at Los Al, 2 mixed breed races, 3 thoroughbred races, 3 quarter horse races, and the final race is a stakes race for over $98,000 for 3-year-old going 350 yards. Los Al, first post time is at 5 p.m. All righty. Exciting hockey game going on here. All right, let's bring in Jonathan Nardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Wouldn't it be nice to have the U.S. win a gold in both the ladies' hockey and the men's hockey against Canada?
Yeah. We should actually be showing the game in the right-hand corner while we talk.
Yes. Well, we can't do that because NBC's got the rights to it. And in order for to do that, we'd have to pay Buku bucks.
We'd
So
be
you,
in big trouble if we tried.
yeah.
We'd be in big trouble if we tried.
So what you're getting is my play-by-play, free. Okay. In any case,
Okay, Marv Albert, we're going to change your name to Marv Albert.
well,
Go
I can tell
ahead.
you, this. I'm not going to use, the big line in that. Do you believe in miracles? I'm not going to do that. No. We just want to believe in. We just want to believe in a good old USA win at tied at 1-1. So we're waiting to see the outcome there. It's already in the third period. But you had a lot of live horses yesterday, and a couple of them just missed with some untimely rides, I would say.
Yeah, that's part of the game, Ralph. You got to, sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes it's good luck, sometimes it's bad luck. Amazing, Ralph. Next Saturday, 14 races at Gulfstream. Not only that, but the Fountain of Youth, which is the race of the day, I guess, is the 14th and final. So they make people stick around a long time to get to that race. Do we really need 14 races in one day?
Well, I can tell you this. They have 14 races, but 9 of the 14 are all stakes races coming up on Saturday at Gulfstream. And you got to think the racing secretary has to at least card a couple of those maiden special weight races for the the high-priced maidens that are looking for their first win. I would think he would do that too. Promising.
It's like they do at Del Mar and at Saratoga. Those big days, they wait to bring out, the so-called special horses. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, the promising horses of the future, so to speak. That
highly regarded future stars.
And Jonathan's interpretation of highly regarded is this: high-priced, gavelled horses. They got.
Well, that's what they're basing it on.
Yeah,
I guess,
right, exactly. And of course, private breeding as well too. Anyhow, it was an exciting day of racing yesterday. Anything stand out to you?
Well, the card at Santa Anita really turned out to be a terrific card. And you're right, Ralph. When they give you cards like that, people want to play. Nobody's interested in these 5-horse fields, $12 pick fives. You want to be able to be able to bet. And yesterday, as well as today, Santa Anita is giving you that opportunity.
Well, and at Santa Anita yesterday, the early pick 5 paid $1,066.95. And the highest priced winner in that sequence of 5 was $12.80. So the people, got their formful type of pick 5, and it still paid good at $1,000. But the last 5 races, which everybody thought were the more difficult ones, you had it started out with a $3.60 winner, easy to get to, a $4 winner in the wishing well, that was pretty easy to get to. Then you have a tricky $12 winner. You had a $9.60 winner, courtesy of Jerry Jackowitz. And then the $65.80 bomb in the last race, which, again, as I say, was a star horse on Jerry's sheet. And that, because of the $65 horse, really launched the pick 5. That thing paid $4,836.95. So you're right. They had a little bit of everything for everybody, and that's what the players want.
Right. They want to be able to play, and they had an opportunity yesterday, and I think you're going to get the same opportunity today.
Yeah, good.
I can't believe Laurel's actually going to run, Ralph. I'm shocked that you had them on the menu there. They haven't canceled yet, but the snow's coming.
I'm gonna do another late check here and see if they have posted a cancellation yet, because it did surprise me too. Right now, the cancellation, and this is courtesy of Equibase. The only one that's officially canceled on Equibase is Aqueduct. That doesn't mean they won't cancel in the next half hour, though, folks. You know that. So we'll wait and see about that. Just taking a thumbnail look at who entered in the 2 races, the Rebel on Sunday and the Fountain of Youth on Saturday. It looks like they're going to be pretty competitive races.
Yeah, and the good news is they're not running both on Saturday, so it gives you something special to look for the next day, because how many times we have to deal with these races running on top of each other, like we spoke about last week. But it's good. They split them up, and Oakland was smart. Let Gulfstream have their big day, and we'll take over on Sunday, and that's what it looks like they're doing.
And it's also good because of the fillies for the Kentucky Oaks. You got the Honeybee is on the undercard with the Rebel on Sunday at Oaklawn that has Kentucky Oaks points to it. And, of course, one of the other 9 stakes races at Gulfstream on Saturday, besides, obviously, the main event, the Fountain of Youth, is the Devonna Dale, and that holds Kentucky Oaks leaderboard points as well. So we have a chance to, digest both of them without having to flip the channel back and forth that they're running over each other.
Exactly. I'm curious, is it 50 points, do you know, I guess, for the Fountain of Youth? Are we up to 50 points yet?
I'm quite sure if it's not 100, it's 50, yeah. Yeah, 50 points.
It's definitely more than the 20 that they gave yesterday. But,
yeah.
And that race is loaded. You have Jackson Hole from the Pletcher barn, who breaks from the rail with Johnny V. There's an interesting horse in there, Chief Wallaby, who was unbelievable in his career debut, and now they're throwing him to the Wolves in career start number 2 for Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado. That horse ran super first time out. Solitude Dude from Safi Joseph, 3 for 3. He's never been beaten. Cox sends out Commandment. Even Napoleon Solo, who was last seen as a 2-year-old, he was 2 for 2. So it's a terrific race, and I think it's going to turn out to be a terrific betting race also.
And, of course, in the Rebel on Sunday, Bravaro is cross-entered for both the Fountain of Youth and the Rebel. But the Rebel, you got those 2 horses that are coming back from Mark Cassidy. It's one apiece in the early prep races for the Kentucky Derby through Oaklawn. And, of course, Bob Baffert's sending somebody out there, too.
I think Bavaro personally is going to stay home. Just my opinion. Safi Joseph, why not run him out of his stall as opposed to shipping? But you never know. He's had success doing it in the past. So.
Oh, we'll wait and see about that. But nevertheless, when you got Baffert shipping out a horse there, it's going to be interesting. He always finds a horse to go at Oaklawn. He likes running there, and he's done successful there. But the big favorite in the race, I guess, is going to be Blackout Time.
Well, Cassie's I think he's won 6 or 7 stakes there already, and it's not like they've had such a long meet. They've only been open since December, and he's already won 6 stake races.
And Jonathan, remember that Cassie has a string of victories in the Kentucky Derby prep races dating back to the Arkansas Derby of last year with Sandman.
Right.
So
there you go.
It'll be an interesting week next week, but we want to make some money today. So what are we doing?
All right, so let's go to Gulfstream for the first of our 2 plays for Race Day Las Vegas and look at the 9th race today. You have a late scratch in there of number 7, Adios Now, has been scratched. I like the rail horse in here, number 1, Nothing Subtle, 4-year-old colt from the Nicholas Palmer barn, Rajiv Murrah aboard to ride. This is an improving horse. He's getting better with each start. There's enough speed to set things up for this horse. 9-2 on the morning line. I like number 1, Nothing Subtle, to win today's 9th race at Gulfstream Park.
And we don't want nothing subtle except a winner out of this horse. And Rajiv Murrah aboard that won the stakes race yesterday. The 9th race, number 1, Nothing Subtle. Nothing Subtle is your pick. The 1 at 9-2 in the 9th race at Gulfstream. And I know you have a pick at Santa Anita.
I do, and I love the 9th race today. 6.5 furlongs down the hillside turf course. Full field there, Ralph. You got 4 horses on the AE, so they're going to run 10 for sure. And I love the number 4 horse in here, Garden Party. This is a 5-year-old mare from the Leonard Powell barn who's really having a good meet. Mirko DeMuro aboard to ride. Could you imagine? He was on a $70 winner yesterday in the last race. He's too good a rider.
Yeah.
Anyway, 12-1 on the morning line. This horse cuts back in distance today, coming down the hill, a play that I love to make. Number 4, Garden Party, upsets and wins today's 9th race out at Santa Anita.
I wish I could remember because I'm old and I have a lot of memory lapses here. What famous rock group had the song Garden Party, but I can't remember. So there you have it.
Me neither.
So we're going to create our own Garden Party with a nice win today. In the 9th race at Santa Anita, number 4, Garden Party. Mr. DeMuro aboard at a nice 12-1. Let's hope we can get that price and get him in the winner's circle, the 4 in the 9th race. Now, you have 3 sheets available today. You've got Gulfstream, obviously, and Santa Anita, but you also did Oaklawn Park as well, didn't you?
Yeah, the lotto track. Oakland Park. Yesterday they had a pick 5, only paid $60,000.
Yeah.
It's like if you ever get lucky there, you'll do some damage.
Yeah, if you get lucky there, it could be at least a life changer for a couple of weeks. Anyhow, All right, thanks a lot. 3 sheets today, and Jonathan, of course, don't forget, Jonathan will be back with us on Wednesday, and you know that on Wednesdays he does his soapbox. If he has any, he'll be thinking about it over the weekend. Hey, thanks a lot, Jonathan, and please stay safe and warm out there. Keep the snow shovel in the house. Wait until it's all gone.
Thanks, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
All right, you got it, my man. All right, we'll take our break, and when we come back, Rich Eng is standing by. Guess what? Richie's got a pick in college basketball for us. How about that? Plus a horse pick as well. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Update in the men's gold medal contest in hockey between Canada and the United States. They have gone through regulation. And it's still a tie at 1-1. We're waiting. We're in the break now, going into overtime for the gold medal in the Olympics between Canada and the United States. Dead tied after regulation. All right, let's get out to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And the answer to Garden Party song, Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Nelson.
wrote
Okay,
in
that's
for
right.
Song.
Yeah, that's right. Ricky Nelson. I knew there was a famous song that was named Garden Party. All right, Richie. You're going to give us a college basketball pick today, huh?
Yeah, I thought I'd dip my toe in the water. Yesterday, I gave out the 4 teams that I have bought future book tickets to win the college basketball national championship. And some of those teams actually won big games yesterday. St. John's was big over Creighton. And,
Yeah.
And Florida continues to roll. So I feel pretty good about those tickets. But a game today in the Big Ten is Ohio State at Michigan State. We all know about Michigan State with Tom Izzo and his storied career and multiple national championships. He always has a competitive team, some better than others. This team has been ranked as not one of his best, but certainly very, very good, top 10. And Ohio State is at 17-9, Ralph. They are sitting on the bubble. They are, what they do in the conference tournament could determine whether they make the dance or not.
Mhm.
But if they win today against Michigan State, it would go a long ways toward building their resume to make the tournament as a bubble team. Ohio State, let's play them plus the 10 to be competitive and then take this game down to the wire over Michigan State.
Not saying that Ohio State could win, but you're saying that you're very you really like him to stay within the 10 points that they're going to give you at the start of the game. So you got Ohio State plus 10 over Michigan State. Yeah, the thing about Izzo that I have noticed is that no matter what team he has at the beginning of the year, he is such a great teacher that the teams improve throughout the year. I don't know if they'll improve to the level they need to get to be go long in the tournament, but they just get better as the year goes by because he's a great teacher.
Also, early in the season, Ralph, he does the opposite of a lot of coaches. He does not schedule cupcakes. He schedules the toughest early season schedule he can. And he does it on purpose because he wants to toughen his team up, to test them early, put them in difficult situations that helps them respond later in the season during the tournament.
Yes, they get tournament tough, so to speak, in those games as well.
Yep.
So we'll see Ohio State play Michigan State a little bit later, and we're keeping our fingers crossed on the hockey game today in the Olympics. And Richie, we need a horse pick from you.
Let's go to race 7. It's the Pasadena. It's a pretty open race, but I tell you what, Bob Baffert had been trying to build a turf division for the last few years. He's had a couple horses kind of jump out, but I was really intrigued by the 2, Greenwich Village. This horse won last time out and a very strong finish going down the hillside turf course. Now stretches out to a mile, but has pedigree, top and bottom to handle 2 turns. Juan Hernandez rides for Baffert in the 7th race. Number 2, Greenwich Village.
All right, 7th race at Santa Anita, number 2, Greenwich Village. The 2 in the Pasadena, of course, the famous city that holds the Rose Parade every year. The 7th race, number 2, Greenwich Village, is Rich Ang's play. And don't forget, Richie has a full sheet of handicapping today for Santa Anita right now at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. All right, Richie, we'll do a little basketball, a little horse racing, and we'll finish up a hockey game, hopefully, with the gold. Thanks a lot, my man. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All righty. We'll take our final break, and when we come back, hopefully we'll get John Lindo and Jerry Jackowitz with us. Don't go away.
Looking to bet smarter? Get sports betting insight and winning picks straight from the South Point Hotel and Casino.
The favorite should be 220-ish, and here, you could lay $1.65.
So getting a plus 315 price here for this one to go to overtime, I like it.
Their strength is their defense. I like the under.
Join Sports by the Book Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific and bet your winning edge.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All righty, as we continue on this Sunday Race Day show, they have just started in overtime for the gold medal in the Olympics, tied up with Canada at 1 apiece. Now we go out to Southern California, where John Lindo's standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, my man. I guess you got an eye on the TV set watching the Olympics as well today, huh?
100%. What a game this is.
All right. Well, we're gonna try to root them home, that's for sure. We have gotten the entries for both the Rebel Stakes on Sunday and the Fountain of Youth on Saturday, next Saturday and Sunday. These, of course, pivotal races for the Kentucky Derby leaderboard points. And Bob Baffert had an interesting morning of working out his 3-year-olds on the track, didn't he?
We did. He's starting to crank up the top end of his barn. Brandt worked 6 furlongs yesterday, 112 flat. He was third in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
And Boyd, who's undefeated in 2 starts, he'll be going long next time. He worked 6 furlongs and 111 and 4. And litmus test was he had said is pointing to the San Felipe, and he still might be at Santa Anita. He is entered in the race down at Oaklawn, the Rebel Stakes next Sunday.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see if he ships down or if he stays.
Did he work out with the others yesterday morning or no?
I didn't have a time on him, but I just know he was in the entries.
All righty. Pretty exciting day of racing yesterday at Santa Anita. Go figure. You put on a good card and you get some great handle and good racing.
And Ralph, I think the USA just scored an overtime gold. I think they just won the gold.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations! Congratulations to the U.S. hockey team. So the men and the women both beat Canada to win the gold medal in the Olympics this year. What an accomplishment! Congratulations, good old U.S. of A. Doing it again. Thank you for that instant play-by-play, John.
I missed your question. I was watching the goal.
It didn't matter. The question didn't matter as much as that goal did. That's for sure. We didn't get into overtime that long before we scored the winning goal then, did we?
No, up and down a few times. And I don't know who scored it, but I saw the puck go in the net and everybody jumping around.
That's right. And I'm sure they're still celebrating there, and so are we here. That's for sure. Well, it's an interesting card today at Santa Anita, as I was saying from yesterday. And anything yesterday that stood out to you?
No, I thought the track was fair. Tim Yakteen had a great day, and it was great to see big field sizes throughout the day at Santa Anita. And, I made more wagers yesterday, race by race, than I have in quite a while there. I sure hope we get more of that.
Well, I think you will today. I think it's a good card again today. And, of course, it looks like the weather is going to be fine for the foreseeable future out there in Southern California, right?
Well, I think there's a possibility of a storm sometime during the week, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed. It's absolutely perfect today. It's already getting warmer.
All right, great. Well, John, I will let you sit there and watch all the celebrations in the Olympics. We'll let you go. But before we do, we want to remind everybody that the Lindo Report for today's racing at Santa Anita, featuring a suggested late pick 4 and a suggested coast-to-coast pick 5 with the races at Gulfstream Park, all on one sheet, including handicapping all of the 10 races today at Santa Anita. One comprehensive sheet available right now. The Lindo Report only in one place in this gaming capital. It's here at the South Point Racebook, free of charge, complimentary, because they love horse players. And I'm sure the horse players are celebrating, loving the United States winning the gold as well. John, you got a pick for me.
Yeah, let's go to the 5th race, end of the early pick 5 and the start of that pick 6 carryover of $40,000. Not a single in the rolling bets, but a horse to use. Number 1, Gordon's Legacy, a first-time starter by good turf sprint sire in Mendelssohn. He's related to 2 first-time out winners. Looked good in the morning works, a good-looking chestnut. And at 10-1 on the morning line, I think this horse is going to come out running. So make sure you use number 1, Gordon's Legacy, race 5 at Santa Anita.
Well, drawing the rail at 6.5 furlongs, if he comes out running, he's going to be a factor, that's for sure. Armando Ayuso, which is good out of the gate, aboard this horse, the 1 horse Gordon's Legacy, completing the early pick 5 and the early pick 4 at Santa Anita. 5th race, the 1 horse, a nice 10-1 on the morning line. John Lindo's pick for the race day listeners. That's the tip of the iceberg. Get the Lindo Report right now here at the Gold Coast. Thanks a lot, John. Enjoy and the weather and the celebrating, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
You got it, Ralph. Good luck today.
All right, now we go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, good morning.
It was a good morning, Ralph.
Yeah, huh?
I had recorded the hockey game, and the minute the show was over, I was going to put it on.
Well, just remember one thing. The race day show, if we get the late information, you get it as soon as we get it when we're on the air. So just remember that in the future.
That's okay.
I want to thank you. And I want to thank you, and and I know everybody wants to thank you for your sheet yesterday. We keep on telling everybody about the V's and the pop-out keys and the stars. Well, that big winner in the last race, that $65 winner, was a star horse on your sheet yesterday for Santa Anita.
Right, and if you happen to take the play I gave on the show, Yakovlev in the 9th race, I just put it to my 3 star horses in the last race. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, you got a nice bada bing double, huh?
Yeah, just a little something.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's.
By the way, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to say that's the reason why all our handicappers got their sheets out there, and we utilize their special talents and their notations on there to try to build tickets that have value to it.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. By the way, John, I came up with a play in the 5th race. I have a pop-out key. It's not the same horse. So there maybe you have a little exacta box.
I know I'm going to do it, so we'll leave it at that. You have 3 pop-out keys, several V's, and star horses as well on your sheet for Santa Anita. He did a sheet, folks, for Aqueduct, but that becomes a souvenir because they're canceled today. But I know, Jerry, that you guys wait as long as you can, and then you have to do your work, and sometimes it becomes a souvenir as it is today. But we got Santa Anita, so what do we got today at Santa Anita?
Let's go to the 3rd race, Ralph. We have Miyako turning back from a 2-turn race back to a 1-turn sprint on the turf. Gets Giroux for Papa Geromo. I really like the horse. Very nicely spaced races. This mare is a horse, I should say mare. I like her today back to the sprint. That's the 3 horse, Miyako, in the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the 3 over the 1, 4, 5, and 6 small reverses. 5-2 or better looks right to me.
All right. Not Siraco, but Miyako. In the 3rd race, the 3 horse Miyako with Florent Garreau aboard. Number 3 in the 3rd, easy to remember there. The link-ups are 1, 4, 5, 6, and reverse. The 3 is the key. And don't forget, Jerry's power pages for all of those extra added notations right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. Well, we want to congratulate again the good old US of A and our hockey teams, both the ladies and the men, who performed to gold medal performance today and earlier this week in the Olympics that wind up this evening. And we'll wind up this show with Jerry Jackowitz saying his final thing. But I want to remind everybody out there that we will be back on Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., God willing, and the creek don't rise. In the meantime, stay safe out there in those weather pockets, folks. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Jerry always has the last word on the show.
Have a great race day, everybody.
Go USA!